Keystone pipeline. Many argued it could have created thousands of American jobs. It did not pass the Senate. You can see it there. The pipeline would send tar sands oil from Alberta, Canada to Nebraska, where it would then hook up with existing pipelines, sending the oil to refineries on the Gulf Coast. The House passed the bill late last week. Tonight, the Senate voting it down. And so I want to bring in ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl. And John, this is not over yet. Could it be revived? And how many jobs are we talking about here?
Well, it can certainly be revived. It will be revived. The jobs estimates range from 4,000 to 40,000 jobs. Proponents say it not only creates jobs, but it could lead to energy independence. But opponents, environmentalists, say this would be a terrible thing to do. It would contribute to global warming. But, David, this came just one vote short tonight. Republicans take over the Congress, the Senate, in January. They will bring this up first order of business, and it will pass.
One vote short of the Senate. And, John, stay with us here because we're going to turn to another controversy, this time over an economist who has talked about the, quote, stupidity of the American voters. That economist, Jonathan Gruber, was one of the architects of Obamacare and has said that the passing of the president's health care plan relied on that so-called stupidity. Here's one of those instances.
Lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really critical to getting the thing to pass.
Well, today, John pressed the White House. Would Gruber, who has talked about the stupidity of the American voter, be hired by the White House again? Listen.
He's made more than $2 million from the federal government, $400,000 specifically regarding the health care law. No more government contracts for Jonathan Gruber?
Well, I assume that that those kinds of decisions are based on merit, but certainly the comments that he has now famously expressed are not views that are shared by anybody at the White House.
So, John, was that a yes or a no? Would they hire him again?
Well, they won't rule out hiring him again somewhere down the line, some part of the federal government. Let me tell you this, David. You won't see Jonathan Gruber around the White House again. They don't want any part of him after those comments. He is persona non grata now.
All right, John Karl live on both fronts tonight, John.